Welcome back to the channel, guys. What a beautiful day. Y'all see that? Man, we supposed to get up to 68, 70 degrees today. It is Monday morning, beginning of the week, guys. First problem child of the day for your boy. Okay, now this is a Cherokee. The complaint goes no start after 3 days. Okay, after 3 days, like say if it was sitting, it will not start. I assume battery dead or something, goes down. Now battery, guys, I don't know, I have the key right here. Let me see if I can trigger it just to see if they I hear a horn. Let me do panic. Well, there goes that theory. It's not, the battery is not dead. Now today Monday, so this car been sitting all weekend. So if I had an ignition off draw problem, whoa, look at that baby there. If I had an ignition off draw problem, it would be evident now. Guys, I don't know how many of you guys have been working on cars for a long time, but do y'all remember all the problems we had with ignition off draw? Customers say after a couple of days their car will not start, battery dead. We hardly have that many problems such as those anymore. And I tell you why. Because the computers are smart now. Alright? The computers, the BCM, most of the average new cars will probably come with a BCM, body control module. And that, my friend, that body control module will be responsible for the interior lighting, the exterior lighting, and a lot of the accessories on the car. These modules are so freaking smart. They're not gonna, it's almost like it's idiot proof. They're not gonna let you run the battery down. So just say you go in the house or you go home, you forgot to leave your lights on. That BCM does some calculation. Okay, no activity in the past 10 minutes. This dummy obviously went in the house, took the key out because I can see that the key is not in the ignition. Oh, here go the car right here. I can see the key is not in the ignition. So let me do this dummy a favor before he shut down my electrical system. And from there, the BCM will turn it off. Simply turn the lights off. Remember, the BCM has control over lighting. That's amazing, guys. So, man, back in the day, guys, we was getting beat up on ignition off draw. We was doing testing. What's the name of the test? Not load test. When you pulling fuses and stuff and trying to find out which one was left on. We had problems with back in the day, the glove box light was staying on because the glove box was misadjusted. All kinds of crazy problems. Woo! Those were the days. Those were some rough days because even back then, customers demanded satisfaction. They want their car. They don't want their car to die anymore. So you took a chance on most of the stuff you did because there's no certainty in any of this stuff. Jack's journals. I know Jack know what I'm talking about. Ignition off draw problem, but today's automobiles are a little more sophisticated. Okay, you can still remain a dummy as a consumer, but your computer in your car will. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Okay, the computer in your car will make it idiot proof, so you can't mess it up. Okay. This is a different kind of no start. It's not. That sounds like a healthy dose of voltage. But listen, guys. Ooh. I pushed the. Oh, come on, man. Nothing? I'm getting power to the starter because I can hear the starter trying to turn over the motor. Oh, no. This is not a. So after 3 days, all right, guys, we will have to take a peek at the electrical system. Verbatim. No, that's not the word I'm looking for, JT. Oh, but yeah, back to my topic. Let me pop this hood. Cars are now idiot proof. You're not gonna just leave your lights on. You're not, and it'll tell you if you left the key in the ignition. It'll just ring and whir and bug the hell out of you. Hello, stupid. Key still in. Hey. Oh. What have you got here? Found a loose connection there, but not enough to This starter sound like it's just jerk trying to start. All right, I might have misspoken. Now I said it sound like a healthy dose of battery, but I could be wrong. Let's see. I'm just clicking in those starting, guys. It's as if the engine is seized up. Oh no! Please don't say that. So the engine would not turn. Oh, whew. Glad to see that, but that's not a real good. Let me wipe that down. I ain't got a rag, guys. Give me a break, okay? Yes, so glad to see that. I'm saying that because that's usually cancel out the fact that the engine's locked up. That does not mean the engine's not locked up. You really need to put a breaker bar on the crankshaft. I don't know, guys. I have to get this thing towed in the shop now. So they saying the complaint basically saying after 3 days they get this. They click, click, click. Huh. Now, guys, I've seen stranger things, okay? Now, y'all my witness. This camera hadn't shut off ever since I came out here, so y'all my witness. Y'all heard how healthy the horn sound, even the alarm blowing, everything. So that's a dose, sound like a nice good dosage of battery voltage to allow cranking. I'm going to go get my jump box and set on here. If this car starts with my jump box, that will eliminate my way of thinking as it relates to judging the electrical system off of sound. Well, anyway, I'm talking crazy. I'm talking. Okay. I gotta go grab my jump box. I'm gonna try that first before I end up trying to push this in the shop, guys. Y'all know how hard it is to get a car in the shop. So I tell y'all what, hold tight, man. Let me go. I'm trying the smallest stuff, guys. I really hate pushing cars in the stop. So we're gonna try to jump it off first. All right. So stay tuned, man. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back. All right, guys. Here we are. I had to go get my jump box. Okay, we're gonna try. I'm not sure why, because like I say, I had strong. Hey, who had this on? I had strong sounding electronics. Okay, the horn was sounding, even the alarm went off. But I've seen stranger things, guys. So I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna jump this off. Yeah, I know the best way is to find a ground on there, but I don't. See, I got 12 volts. My jump box is off and I got 12 volts. Hold on. Okay, let me leave that like that. Hold on. Let me check something. My jump box is not on yet, but I'm showing 12 volts at the battery. Look at that. Still just clicks, guys. With 12 volts on the battery. Now, let me turn my jump box on. How much more can my jump box add? This is a 12 volt jump box. Turn 3, 12.2. Let me see what happened. Whoa! Wait a minute. Wait a freaking minute. Holy crap. Did y'all see that? Wait a minute, man. My whole way of thinking, I got to change the way I talk now. Guys, oh my goodness. Wait a minute, let me see how much. So, you can have 12 volts on the electrical system. I'm pushing 14 now because the car is running, the alternator is likely doing its job. You can technically have 12 volts on the system, and that's still not enough to crank the engine over? Here I am thinking the worst, as in the engine may be seized up, but I have oil in it. Just all kinds of wild conspiracy theories going through my head just to find out I needed a little more, 2 extra, 3 extra. Okay. Something ain't making sense, but at any rate, from the looks of it, I need a battery. Now, what I'm going to do, guys, this is why Chrysler always recommend we do this. I'm going to get another battery, no matter what. But I'm going to put this on our GR8 machine and see the results of what this come out to be. Because remember, that GR8 machine will go into the inside and check the cells and load test the cells and verify. Because from this, the surface of the battery can show 12 volts, but it not really be 12 volts. Does that make sense? You electrical gurus out there, somebody help me out. I'm confused. Where you at, Caper? Tim, all you guys, where y'all at, man? Uh-oh. See, I take my battery off, or my jump box off. Everything go down. Wow, man. I don't know what to say. But I do know what I'm gonna do, because y'all know we're not into time wasting around here. I done drove my car out here. Y'all see I drove my Cherokee today. I drove my car out here too, because I didn't feel like walking with my jump box. So now I can move my car and get this car into the shop. Guys, we'll talk some more, man. Stay tuned. Alright, my buddy is not here, so I'm going to use his 2 stalls, since my stall is cluttered with garbage and problem child cars. Ooh, and I thought I almost had a third one with this one, but looks like I'm going to be alright. So guys, like I say, before I do anything, yes, I will write up a battery. I'm going to look this car over. I will write up a battery, but I will be putting this old battery on the GR8 tester, and we're going to find out what it says about the condition of the battery. Because apparently you can have 12 volt surface charge, but that's not enough amperage delivered. That's not enough to start the car. So I am gonna, matter of fact, I want solely battery. So I'm gonna take the terminals off, and then let me go grab the GR8, guys. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. I have the car in the shop, like I said. I want to check. I'm going to get a battery anyway, no matter. I'm solely burnt on this. But what I want to do is let the machine tell me, see what the machine seemed to think about it. So I got my GR8 machine here that we use. Chrysler recommended we use. We want to go to recovery. I want to see how well this machine can recover this battery back to factory specs. This is 2019 Jeep Cherokee. Stop, start. One battery. I only have one battery. I don't have auxiliary. So let's hit next. Connect. Yeah, they're connected. Now this could take a while, guys. So I'm gonna start this test running. In the meantime, I'm gonna look this car over, write up an estimate, and I'll get back with y'all once this show me some results, because I am a little in awe of what I've just seen, guys. I've seen crazier things, but if you stay in this business long enough, you've never stopped seeing things that's not making sense. Okay, so get used to it, newbies. It's gonna happen to you during your career. All right, guys, I'm gonna let this test run. I'll see y'all back when this test come back, passed or failed. We'll know in a second. Stay tuned. All right, guys, here we go. 10 minutes later, where are we? Where do we stand? Okay, I got the machine on automatic mode. So the first piece of info it printed out was that battery, discharged battery. Okay, it was discharged. So this battery is discharged and requires charging before warranty adjustment. Not on the warranty, but it does require charge. Ooh, max time 95 minutes. So according to this, I have 85 more minutes to go, guys. I see y'all a little over an hour from now. All right, stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just heard a buzz over here from my GR8 machine. I assume it's complete. Yes, I see a printout over here. Okay, guys, this printout. Oh, I have a bad battery. So remember I said I had 84 minutes to go? Actually, only about 5-10 minutes elapsed. And the machine came to the conclusion that I should replace the battery due to the fact that this battery is rated at 700 cold cranking amp and it only measured 395 cold cranking amp. Okay, so the battery was unable to deliver the cold cranking amp to allow starting. Like I say, the surface charge was 12 volts, but it's all about the internals of the battery, guys, the cells, battery cells. So my machine tells me that I must replace this battery. Now, that part is not uncommon. Just the uncommon part to me was the fact that I had strong electronics as far as the remote and the lights and everything, but it wouldn't start. So a battery it is. All right, guys, let me finish writing this estimate up and I'll get back with y'all later. That's all I have, man. Thanks for watching. Hope y'all got something out of this. I guess if nothing else, a battery is not, testing of a battery is not simple as setting a voltmeter on and seeing you got 12 volts. How about that? Yeah, let's do it like that. It must be able to deliver the proper cold cranking amp in order to allow starting in the mornings, especially in the mornings because it's cold at that point. All right, guys, that's all I have. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video.